This is just a quick lesson on embellishing a dominant seventh chord. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a G7 here, and it's in our E root pattern out of the caged root patterns. We have the root, there's the major third, fifth, minor 7, root, minor third, fifth, minor 7, root, and then we're also going to reach up to this major third up here. And if we just go up and down the arpeggio, root, 3, 5, minor 7, root, 3, 5, minor 7, root, 3, root, minor 7, 5, 3, root, minor 7, 5, 3, root, we'll get the minor 7 here. Those are all the notes that make up a G7 chord. And if we're soloing with that, it's not very interesting because those are all the notes that actually make up the chord. All right. One of the things that we'll do to actually embellish this, to create lines, is we're going to treat some of these notes a little bit differently. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to approach the third, which is here, here, and here, with a note a half step below. So if we're just doing it in time, 1 and 2, right? So it's root, minor third, third. The note below the third is the minor third. And then 5, minor 7, root, minor third, third, 5, minor 7, root, minor third, third. And even when we're going down, root, minor 7, 5, minor third, third. We're going to approach the third from below. Root, minor 7, 5, minor third, third, root, minor 7, root. All right, and that gives us kind of a bluesy feel. If we were to do it the other direction, if we went, whoops. It doesn't really get the sound as well. Part of it is that when we play blues, we like to hear that over a dominant chord, we like to hear that minor third kind of edging towards the major third. Right? If I play a blues phrase, it goes not very bluesy, and those are the notes in the chord. If I go the minor, not very bluesy, but just that little bit of tweak. That quarter step means that your ear's hearing is going towards the major third, and it suddenly works, right? If we're playing a note where you can't do that, like piano, we still have that ability to do that. We just have to use fretted notes, and that's kind of what we're doing here, because what we're doing is we're building bluesy lines in a more of a jazzy or fusion-y context. We're not going to bend anything right now. All right, so one of the things you can do, put on your metronome, and just go up this pattern. I'm just doing quarter notes with the metronome, by approaching the third from a half step below. And get used to just doing this in time. Here's eighth notes. All right, you've heard this kind of idea. It's a very bluesy sound. We're going to actually take advantage of that here. So that's the first thing we're going to do. The next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to fill this whole step between the seventh and the minor 7 with a passing tone. All right. So if we go minor third, third, 5, minor 7, passing tone, root. Same thing, minor 7, passing tone, root. And then going down, we'll do it the other direction. We will go down on those. All right, so that gives us both embellishments. There's the half step below the third, and then we're actually going to fill up the space between the root and the minor 7 with a chromatic passing tone. Suddenly I'm actually not using a scale, but I'm playing lines that make a lot of sense over this, right? So that's in G. For my students that are working at OSHA today on this stuff, right, you can actually play it up here in the C, and that's going to work with the backing track that I'll link to from this. All right, you can take this over any arpeggio. So if we're going to do C in this position, out of the A root pattern. Root, minor third, third. The arpeggio right here is root, 3, 5, minor 7, root, 3, 5, minor 7. We can even go up there if you want to. The root, minor 7, 5, 3, root, minor 7, 5, 3, root. And you can either do the minor 7 here, but you may want to do it here for this purpose. 5, minor 7, root. And you don't have to do all those embellishments all the time, but if I'm playing a solo and it's all played a 12-bar blues in G, that's over the 1 chord. Here's the 5 chord, 4 chord, alright, not the most inspired chorus of blues, but you just saw me kind of trace a line through the 12-bar blues chord progression in the key of G using this idea. Occasionally I would use other notes to make it more melodically interesting, but for the most part I'm only using the dominant 7 arpeggio with a half-step approach tone on the 3rd, and a chromatic passing tone between the root and the minor 7. And just like one other embellishment that you can do is you can take any note and just go a half step below it. So here's just a G major arpeggio. So root, 3, 5, below the 5, 5, root. Right. So I've just got this major arpeggio here. There's a 5 there. Alright, so you don't need a scale to play long lines, and I'm going to have a bunch of these little embellishment lessons for you guys, but the idea right now is if you know your chord tones, especially for a dominant 7 chord in this case, because we're dealing more with bluesier sounds in my classes at the Orange County School of the Arts, you can actually embellish any of those chord tones or connect them. All right, and I can kind of look at any phrase like that and kind of show you, here's the framework of the arpeggio, and I can show you how I connected stuff to kind of keep the sound of the harmony, but being able to play pretty much anything else I wanted to.